Welcome to Sports and Ish with Misty V and Rachael Leigh. Today we have a lot to talk about. The sports world is going crazy with all the trading going on. What's going on with the Nets? We've been listening to you guys as well. We've got some question and answer session coming up. So thanks for joining in. Misty, how's it going?
So much fun.
So much.
My gosh. Can we, for a minute, we have so much to cover, so we're going to try to make it quick and fun and snappy. Let's talk about the fact that Ime Udoka, I just actually heard today, it's going to be an imminent decision that the Brooklyn Nets are in fact going to pick him up as head coach. I actually heard some of the ESPN analysts saying, the Brooklyn Nets really need to examine who they're opening their arms to. And I'm like, whatever. He's a great coach. Again, guy wasn't married. Shut up. You haven't lived a perfect life. Stop putting this guy underneath the pitchfork. I'm pumped for him. I think hopefully that like he and Kevin Durant and Kyrie have this amazing relationship, and maybe guys like Kevin Durant can get back on track, because Nets aren't really serving a good season. So we'll see what happens if they actually are going to pick up Ime Udoka. Let's hear it for Ime Udoka. Yay! Kyrie. Speaking of Kyrie, did you see his latest news conference? Like, that guy he's getting a lot of steam, man. I think it's, again, a lot of the anti-Semitism, a lot of those comments that are coming around with that. And I think those guys and the media and the news conference were just asking him question after question and just coming after this guy. And he was like, can we change the subject? We'll talk about something else. And the next question is, he didn't want to answer any of them. So I think that news conference happened. And then, of course, that night they had an absolutely terrible game last night. So anyways, we'll see if Ime Udoka turns that situation around, right?
I know. It'll be interesting. Now, I'm curious, are you a fan because he is Celtics? Because we know that you're like so pumped about Celtics. Like, are you going to follow the Nets? What are you going to do?
So actually, a really good friend of mine works for the Brooklyn Nets. And it's not that I'm a huge fan of theirs. I think I'm a fan of the underdog. I'm a fan of the person that everybody wants to come after when there's not a big heaping reason to go after that person. I'm just a fan of the underdog. And I think that, again, as his first year as a head coach, I think he did so well. But that guy clearly has a talent for this. I just want to see him stay in the game. I want to see this guy get a fair shot. So that's where I'm at. Celtics or not, get a fair shot, right?
Yeah, I think it's interesting, though, because obviously all this stuff came out. And, you'd think that stuff like this has happened all around in the sports world, right? So they want to make an example of him, and then boom, he's going to be head coach of the Nets. So it's like, so what's going on?
I think it's a well-earned position. Just get in there and go for it. See if you can clean up what's going on there. We know that Kevin Durant had an issue with some of the staff members of the Brooklyn Nets, including the head coach. I believe it was Kevin Durant that actually had a whole thing like, listen, he put in for a trade, and that trade request went on for like 4 months and it was unanswered. But he was trying to get traded before the season started because he has an issue with their head coach. So now that guy's gone, and they're possibly bringing in Ime Udoka, hopefully Kevin Durant is happy with that decision, and it's something that will just be well acclimated around the locker room and clean up the Nets a little bit. We'll see. They're not off to the most amazing start this season, so we'll see.
That's
right? We'll see. Speaking of not off to an amazing season, I will tell you, I made the worst joke ever to one of my guys, who I know he's not necessarily a Lakers fan. He's just like a LeBron James fan.
And who isn't a LeBron fan, though? Come on, he's pretty damn good, right?
We all are. And I said, you know what? I said, how are you feeling about the Lakers this year? Are you ready to switch teams yet? And he said, no. But I said, I think you need a new team. And he said, no, I'm just a LeBron fan. I said, listen, what I want here. I'm a Michael Jordan fan, too. But he doesn't play anymore either.
Oh, like, you can't say that, Misty.
Wow. I think it's time to switch it out. You need to go.
We'll see.
Go Go pull for the Heat. Like, look at the Bucks, the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis is literally like the most amazing player in the NBA right now. Look at that kid. Giannis is killing it this year. The Bucks are undefeated right now. Like, switch to the Bucks, man. Have a good year. Don't feel bad about what's going on with the Lakers. Switch to the Bucks. Celebrate. Fun. Have a good year, right? It's fun. If you're in Cincinnati, you don't have to like pick a home team. You get to shop. So shop around.
We're shopping right now. Come on, what's going on with our Bengals right now?
Man, I'll tell you what. This is going to come out Sunday, and there will have been another game that's played, our home game against the Panthers. But I will tell you, this past Sunday game, man, I tuned out at halftime. It was, oh man, that was hard to watch. Am I right?
Yeah, definitely was.
Were you watching it? Were you?
I watched. Hey, listen, I watched the whole game. The whole game.
Oh God.
It was a long night for me, but no, it's hard. We've got injuries, we've got stuff going on. So I just hope that we can get back healthy. We did this last season as well, with a similar record. So time will tell. Right. But it's all good.
Amen. So with that, let's talk about some of those major trades. So the deadline ended at 4:00 yesterday, Eastern Standard Time, for those NFL trades. Lots of teams were making some big moves, including Miami Dolphins. I believe they got Bradley Chubbs in, linebacker, and I believe this was a statement to the AFC in terms of, we're ready to contend here. We've got this guy. We're ready. And I think it's a key player for them. I think it's a key piece, and I think they can only improve from here on out. I'm excited for the Miami Dolphins to see what they can bring forward with this amazing linebacker. Mm-hmm. It's a good key play for them. And then I believe everybody was shocked that the Packers did not make a single trade. And again, they have their reasons. We'll see if it folds out for them. Obviously, they're not having the greatest start to the season either, and they didn't make a trade. So let's just see if they can actually put these ingredients together and make this work for whatever it is that they have. We'll see what unfolds for the Packers. Mm-hmm. And then my next one is, okay, one of our former Bengals, William Jackson. Do you remember him?
Yes, definitely. He got traded too.
Yeah. He wanted a trade. He was asking for a way out, and the guy is now with the Steelers. So let's just see what disgruntled cornerback William Jackson can turn out for the Steelers this year, right?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I'm excited. Like you mentioned, the Dolphins, they've got Tua back as well. I'm kind of like,
I think everybody wants to see him come back. Like after what we saw on TV, and you were on the sidelines.
But should he be back? Like, I'm still in shock of all of that, because it's still a big deal, what he went through and having that concussion. I'm like, should he really be back already?
Yeah, it's tough. I think at this point in the NFL, you have to rely on those doctors to give you the proper instruction on that. And the sad thing is, and I see this in sports, and I don't care if you're soccer, and I don't care if you're NFL, you're going to see where the players will feel a certain kind of way about the staff that the franchise pays, right? Right. They feel, well, you're not paid by me, you're paid by the franchise. So you're going to do what's in the franchise.
Absolutely.
Best interest, right? And then if you go and hire your own private doctor or medical professional, then you know that they're in the best interest of you. Mm-hmm. It's going to work for the franchise. So I think across many, many sports, I think a lot of people see it that way. Like, listen, and I'm sure someone like Tua received more than one opinion. I'm sure he went out to an outside doctor. They'll often reach out to an agent, like, can you get me somebody else? Because I just want that second opinion. I want somebody who not necessarily works for the franchise to just give me something in my best interest, not necessarily the franchise. So you can see that for Tua. I'm sure somebody like that definitely reached out to another professional, maybe even 3 professionals, and said, am I good? Mm-hmm. Am I okay here? Can I go back out? And we'll see.
Yeah. He's a great player. So it's fun to watch him. It's fun to see him back in action.
He's incredible.
So, and have the Dolphins actually have a season. It's been a minute. So it's good to see. But right now, as the standings go, we've got Eagles and Bills leading the pack. So the Eagles, are they gonna keep this streak going?
I feel like they've got a good cohesive group there. I'm not gonna lie. Like you can see the magic if you're watching any of their games. You can definitely see the magic what's going on that field, and that's exactly what a well burning machine looks like. If you're firing on all cylinders, you're gonna look like the Eagles without a doubt, and even the Bills. You're gonna look like those guys because they're cleaning house.
It's fun to watch. It's a fun football season. Let's say that.
It is. No, and I'm excited because we are just now entering November. So we have November, December, and a few weeks in January. So we've got some games to get underneath our belt and get excited for.
Absolutely.
And I think the last one I want to bring up is the Bears actually got Chase Claypool from the Steelers. So again, he's a good wide receiver. He's got a great record. Let's see what Chase can produce for the Bears.
Lots of moves.
So many moves. So many moves. There were some great moves made yesterday. I was watching them all just like, wait, what are we doing? Who's doing what? But I think it's going to create some changes, I think, for the last half of the season. So let's just see where this leads, right?
Yep.
So, Rachel, we inquired this week on Instagram. And we asked people to send us some anonymous questions. Questions, we don't know who they're coming from. We have no idea who's sending what.
No idea.
We asked and we got some.
We've got a bunch of questions here that we are going to pick from.
Tell me about these questions, Rachel. I want to hear all about these. These are fun.
Okay. So we got a bunch of questions. Should I just pick one and we just start? Is that how we should do this?
We could go ahead and point out again, we asked for anonymous questions. We have no idea who sent these, and we got some really fun questions.
Yeah, we'll have to, you guys let us know if you like this stuff. We'll have to do it again, maybe.
Yeah, no, I had fun. Even reading these questions, I was like, let me just point out, I had a lot of smart ass friends. And I know who you are because I know how you are and I know how your humor is, who were sending certain questions. Not cool, buddy. I know who you are. But these were fun. It was so much fun asking for these anonymous questions. So, Rachel, lead the show. Talk to me. Tell me more about these questions. Pick them out. Let's go.
All right. So let's see. Our first question. How are you today? Missy, how are you?
All right. You know what? It's Wednesday, midweek. I worked a pretty heavy week because the guys had a game on Monday night. But you know what? I'm pretty good. I'm ready to get a full night's sleep after this tonight. Celtics are currently playing on the TV in the background. They're playing the Cavaliers, also another great team. But all in all, genuinely, me personally, I'm pretty good. Rachel, what about you?
Good. I'm good. We have practices on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so we're getting ready for this weekend for the game. So lots of practice outside of practice. And just trying to relax whenever I can.
Is there really time for that?
So, no.
There's not time to relax. No.
So,
all right. Let's go with the next question, number 2.
Right. Our next question.
These were fun. I can hear the cardboard flipping.
This is a good one. Okay. All right. Do you have any fears? If so, how do you overcome them to perform at your best?
And
that is so good.
I can answer that. Do you want to go first?
Go ahead. Yeah.
You know what? I thought about this today. I have fears every day. There's a fear that, am I at my best?
Mm-hmm.
Was I doing the best that I could for the people that were presented in front of me that want me to be at my best? I'm a mother. Did I say the right thing to my children today? They're adult children, but did I say the right thing to them? Like, we all have fears, and we want to all be at our best at all times, right? I mean, and the thing of it is we're human, heirs to human. We're going to make mistakes, but I think, and I said this over and over again, just try to remain consistent. We can't always be perfect. And I think one of my favorite speakers, Inky Johnson, said, if you know the outcome isn't going to be exactly what you wanted, are you still going to work your hardest? And the answer is you should. So even though it's not the greatest, the greatest thing to be underneath an amount of fear to perform or any of those things, you still want to think about, I still want to do the best that I can, I guess, to perform at the best that I can. Man, I'm scared of so many things. I'm scared of failure. I'm scared of I'm scared of not being able to accomplish all the goals that I've set for myself. Like I'm a perfectionist sometimes. So when I set out like a certain tablet list of goals and I see that by Q1, Q2, Q3, I've not hit the goals that I set for myself, I start to get a little bit stressed and that boils up inside of me. And then there's that fear again, I guess. But man, overcoming fear is just, I guess the biggest thing I say to myself and my children is the only way through it is through it. There's no other way. The only way through it is through it. Just go. Go. Yeah. What about you?
I think with me, like the world ever changing, my biggest thing is like, I don't want to change myself. Like, I don't want anything to influence like my values and who I am as a person. So I really like focus on like my decisions, whether it's work or cheer or relationships. And I like try to focus and take a step back and think how I handle the situation. Is it me? Is it how I want to look back? And would I be okay with how I handle it? So I think I have to keep reminding myself because you have all these influences on you, whether it's coworkers, boss, social media, like all of these things around you. And it's really hard in the environments that we're in and things like that. I think failure, like you said, one of my biggest things is to like disappoint my friends and family. But again, to that point, I just have to be true to myself and do things the best of my abilities and really just be me and be happy. Yeah. So it's hard. Everybody has fears, but you gotta just take them head on and know that no matter what happens, it's all gonna work out. So
now, to be fair, Rach, you're one of the most genuine souls that I think I have in my life. You truly are. And I think to myself, like, when you say like everything around you is like changing those circumstances, it's true. I think the way that we do everything, social media is involved and someone's feelings or opinions on this, that, or the other that's involved. And I hate that. I hate that somebody can send a text or do one simple thing that can actually ruin the impact of your day and how successful you are. It's that
you can't let that happen.
You can't
control what you can control.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen. So, let's go to the next.
All right.
Let's go.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. These are sticky notes, so they're like stuck together. Have you ever watched Harry Potter? Yes.
All of them, several times.
I didn't watch it this Halloween. I'm so mad at myself. But
yeah, no, to be fair, this was the first Halloween season I didn't either. Normally that's a big Halloween thing for me. Harry Potter just feels good.
Absolutely. Yeah. There used to be like those like I don't know if it was on the weekend when they would play like all of them in a row. Yeah. And I used to literally spend the entire weekend.
Spend hours watching Harry Potter. I know. So when my kids were growing up, we would do a hot Harry Potter weekend. We would do like baked goods, and we did like witch finger cookies and all the stuff that went with Harry Potter. The kids had special wands, and we just get the whole series started. Man,
that's so fun.
I miss when they were little, but yeah. No, yeah, Harry Potter. Yeah, we've been.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely a fan.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, next question. Are you judgmental?
Ooh, that's a loaded question.
That's a big question.
Ooh, you know what? I think everybody is to a little bit of extent. And even if that's not truly what represents us, obviously being judgmental is not representative of you or me.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody has a tendency to somewhat be a little bit judgmental. Yeah, I think we're human, right? We see things that may not necessarily be accurate. It's our judgment in that character, that call, that person. I'm going to say, yeah, a little bit. Maybe.
I would say yes, but at the same time, I feel like I've been judged so much as a person throughout my life
Yeah.
that I try my best not to. And I try to like be a caring and good person to everybody, no matter what their circumstances. I definitely think when you see people and you maybe first impressions, maybe how they act and things like that, you can kind of judge somebody how they are.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's what I would say for me. You're probably very similar. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good answer. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next, guys, so many questions. I love it. We had so many.
You're gonna laugh at this. Who's Rachel's favorite sibling? So I have two sisters. I know which one wrote this, Marissa.
Marissa.
So my favorite older sister is Jen. My favorite younger sister is Marissa. Is that a good enough answer?
Marissa, you didn't win anything here.
Oh my God. No.
But she loves you.
I love you guys. No, it's so fun. My sister and I are a year apart, Marissa, and we grew up like with that love-hate relationship. And
of course.
My sister Jen and I are 7 years apart. So we were the annoying little sisters. We wanted to be just like her. But like now that we're older, both of them are married, have kids, and just we're so close. Even though I'm here and I'm in Cincinnati and they are in Buffalo.
I love it.
Super close. So I love you guys. Okay. Thanks, Maris.
That's the cutest ever. Cutest question ever. I love it.
Guys. Okay. You should get a tattoo. Should we tell them about that? Should we tell them about that?
So I think we both have tattoos. Let it be known.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Rach.
How many do you have?
Oh, I have 3.
Okay. I have one.
I know where yours is at.
Speaking of sisters, I have a sister tattoo, and it's on my side. It's 2 hibiscus flowers that my 2 other sisters got as well. So
I love it. I have. Let me see if I can. If anybody's watching, if you're not, I have coordinates. That's one tattoo. This is a place I almost. Crazy enough, lost my life in a huge storm out paddleboarding on the ocean. And I made it through that insane storm. So I got those coordinates tattooed. I also have Rocky from the Rocky 2 movie. I have this entire portrait of him at the top of the stairs on my right leg at the top of the quad. And then I got the, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. I have the dolphin tattoo.
Wait, tell us about this. What happened?
Oh my gosh, Daytona Beach, spring break. I was. I feel like it was like a Camry. Everybody was getting a dolphin tattoo.
Really? I feel like every friend has a friend that does that. Like, I mean, spring break,
It was spring break. And I think Greg Garza brings it up in the episode that we had with him where he was like, it's a dead fish. I'm like, it's not a dead fish. That is a dolphin tattoo I got in Daytona Beach. So I have 3 total, and I have no plans to get another one yet, but we'll see what happens in the future. I don't get a tattoo without meaning. So
I think I probably will end up getting another one. I don't know when. I've always wanted like some scripture on me. Actually I wanted it like across my rib kind of. But then we ended up we couldn't figure out what we wanted, and we ended up getting the flowers, which are beautiful. So I don't know. Maybe one day. Right now, not on my radar though.
Not on the radar. No.
Hey, that hurts right there on that rib. Oh my God.
There's thin skin there that cannot feel good. There's no way. No.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
Okay. Next one. Why doesn't my crush like me back? Misty, why don't you like him back? I don't know.
We don't know who the crush is.
We don't know who you are. I'm so sorry.
We don't know who you are. So we wish we could answer you in better words, but we don't know who you are. So,
all right.
Yeah. Sorry.
On to the next. Sorry. All right. Should I be honest with you on here? You guys always should be honest with us. Please let us know what you want to hear from us.
I'm telling you, if you love us, tell us. If you hate us, tell us. If you think we are great, tell us. If you think we suck, we want criticism. We just want to get better. So yeah, you should tell us what you think. Always tell us what you think.
I love the fact that I get to read it before I say it to you. I'm like, oh, this is good.
Ooh, okay. I like this one.
What's the best way to find your passion?
Ooh, man, that's a good one. Man, so I will tell you, my original degree was in marketing. I knew I could do it and make great money at it, but it was definitely nothing I was ever passionate about. Now, I'm a sports LMT, PNMT. That is where my passion actually is. Wow. I guess I realized how much I loved meeting so many therapists in my athletic time span that could correct and fix me. And I couldn't wait to do for others what they did for me. So I just luckily stumbled across my passion just by being such an injured athlete. What about you?
I think you have to listen to yourself and figure out what makes you happy. Yeah. For me, it's just helping other people. So that's kind of my enjoyment of being, a financial advisor is I get to just help people with different circumstances where they have, want to live this lifestyle and have these dreams, and I get to help them achieve that, which is awesome.
That's huge.
And I think also we get in this thought process of your career, you have to absolutely love 100% of everything. No, that's totally false. There are days that I'm stressed out. There are days where I deal with a bunch of technology issues and silly stuff and whatever. And then you kind of have to hone back and be like, okay, why am I doing this? Okay. And also you can do passions on the side that don't have to be your career. So
like what we're doing here. This is a passion of ours. We're excited about this and we love it. I mean, it doesn't have to be your career. You can still find the thing that excites you and drives you.
Yeah. And I love playing sports. Cheerleading obviously is something that I've found a passion in. And I can do that stuff on the weekends. I can, do all the things that bring me joy. And I think your passions change as you grow as a person as well. Yeah. So it's being surrounded by people that also enjoy the things that you like to do. And sometimes just revisiting what that is to you, and whether that's, journaling or, doing whatever to find what that is that you really love to do, trying new experiences, traveling, meeting new people, all that fun stuff. So,
you know what, and to caveat on that, I remember somebody explaining to me self-care, it wasn't always just rest, and self-care wasn't always just getting a massage or a mani-pedi.
Yeah.
Sometimes self-care was actually doing the thing that you love, even if it was super active. So for me, obviously taking my paddleboard out anywhere and just being on the ocean for hours, it was super hyper intensive in terms of muscle activity and the nervous system. But that to me was self-care. Yeah. Being alone and being on the ocean for hours, no matter how active I was, that was self-care. To me, that was better than any 90-minute massage I ever received from anybody.
Unless it's Misty, then it's a whole different story.
You might be a little bit concerned, maybe. I don't know.
No, I get that. No, that I totally agree. Yeah. So, all right. What is your favorite song?
Ooh, man,
I don't have a favorite song. But you know what's crazy about songs? I feel like I can think of songs right now that bring back memories. And I think that's the craziest thing. You remember a time or a person or, a time in your life or something like that. So I know when I was younger, my go-to song when I'd play soccer was Eye of the Tiger.
Yay!
I was in high school, jamming out. Like, what?
Tiger.
Yes, I would play that. Like, that was okay. So I'm also a little superstitious. So I would like put my cleats on and all that stuff a certain way. And I would literally, that would be the last song before I got off the bus.
I freaking love this.
Yes. So that was my thing. And then I remember I loved Rihanna in college, and she's doing Super Bowl halftime.
I
know. And I'm a huge Bieber fan. I don't know how this all happened. I love Bieber. I love him. I saw him in concert this year, and I'm obsessed.
I have to sit here. One of my best friends is officially a Bieber fan. I have to talk about this for a minute.
But I like all genres, like music. I love country. I love pop. I love rap. I love EDM. Just not emo, like screamo music.
No,
that gives me too much. Woo.
No screamo. Man, I don't have a favorite song either. I have so many favorite songs. I would say there's at least 100 favorite songs that I have. It's too hard to pick, but for me, it's classic rock, it's newer rock, it's indie rock, it's alternative rock, it's hip hop, it's rap, it's so many things and too many songs. We can't pick.
All right. Bucket list. Top things you want to do.
Yeah. All right, surfing.
Yes, me too.
Actually, snowboarding and surfing. So I will be snowboarding this winter. I'm going to start at Perfect North. I've already been looking at starter snowboards, and I realize this is something.
We'll go. You've never done it before?
No, but I have so many clients that do, and they're avid snowboarders. And I know I'm realizing, regardless of how good my stabilizers are in my body, because I do paddleboard a lot, like I know snowboarding is not going to come easy for me, but I'm prepared.
Don't injure yourself, please.
Yeah. No, I from what I understand, you just have to learn how to fall, right? If you can learn how to fall correctly, you'll get less injured. From what I hear, I don't know. So I want to snowboard, and then 2, I want to surf. So I'm looking up surfing lessons when the off season hits in either California, and there's even some great places in Florida that do some surfing.
Really?
Yeah, not in the Gulf Coast, obviously on the Atlantic Ocean side. So I'm looking up surf lessons. So snowboarding and surfing, those are my top 2 this next year. What about you?
I want to go to a World Cup for sure.
Ooh, yes. Yeah.
That would be awesome, especially because I think it's coming here very soon.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to do that. I am I'm not like an adrenaline junkie, but I like want to skydive. I want to bungee jump.
Oh man.
I'm a big traveler, so I would love to travel to every country. That would be awesome.
That's ideal. That's a good bucket list.
Yeah, so those are just a couple things. I have so many things that I want to do, and we've got so much time, but those are like some of the top ones.
Yeah, same. I want to know what it's like to be wine drunk in Italy, so that's on the list too.
Heck yes. Love that. I have been wine drunk in Italy, so it's great. The wine in Italy is amazing. So
I love it.
I will go with you. Let's book our tickets.
Let's do it.
Okay. So next question. How many kids do you want?
You know what? I've got 2. I'm good. I have 2 almost squared away. I have 2 brilliant young men. One is 23, one is 18. Man, I'm blessed. Yeah. I am blessed. And I know that a lot of parents like say that and they're all like, oh my God, my children.
No, I have a great relationship with your kids. Yeah. I love it.
I was just telling someone today, like I don't post them on social media as I'm respecting their privacy. They are young adults and they are young men entering the workforce. There's nothing on social media I ever want to put out there about them, but I will roast them on Snapchat.
You better. They deserve it.
I roast them on Snapchat where my closest friends and family are. But anyways, man, I was blessed. I have 2 beautiful boys, very handsome young men. And I'm done. At this point, I'm looking forward to grandchildren in like 10 plus years. Yeah, I'm out. What about you?
I know. Well, like I said, my sisters have kids, so I love my nieces and nephews. I would love to be a mom one day. I'm not. But I think like when I was younger, I was like, oh yeah, I want to have three kids. I don't know if I want to have three kids anymore. One or two, maybe. But I think like for me, it's just like, and I've told you this before, it's I want to have like a happy relationship and be with somebody for the rest of my life, whether kids or not kids. But I definitely want them. Like if it's not in my cards, it's fine. I'm not making a big deal, but I would love to be a mom, but time will tell.
Yeah, so I think you'll be a great mom.
Yeah, thanks. I love kids. So I'll definitely like if I wasn't doing my job right now, I would probably be like a teacher or something like that. Like,
of course, want to be around the babies. Yeah,
exactly, and then give them back to their parents. Okay. Do you think Tom Brady should retire like yesterday?
Man, that's tough. I feel like in the end, it's up to Tom Brady. I think.
But answer the question. Do you think he should retire or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so. I think so. He's had an amazing career.
He has.
I think it's the struggle of his identity is football. Yep. And how do you let that go? And we've had guests on the show and we've talked to a lot of friends that are professional athletes and they love it so much.
They do.
That it's hard to let that go. So I think he needs to retire and find something within football that he can continue his passion with and continue, football that way so that he hasn't necessarily left the game and still can contribute, but just not necessarily on the field as quarterback.
I agree.
So,
yeah. That's a good one.
Oh, this is good. If you could see, some of them are good. No, I'm just kidding.
Some of them a little bit awkward.
We're being vulnerable. So, okay. If you could try any sport in the world that you haven't yet, what would it be?
So I'm going to circle back around to snowboarding, surfing. That's my next two sports I'm going to tackle. So what about you?
Gosh, I'm trying to think of sports that I haven't like actually tried before. So I've started to pick up golf and I want to learn more, but I've already I haven't done 18 holes. So maybe golf.
18 I feel like is a really full day. It's a full day.
I feel like it's kind of relaxing, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
I've heard about pickleball. I would love to try that.
That's gaining speed.
Right? I know. That's why I want to try it.
People are literally dumping tennis and they are rolling into pickleball. I have so many clients in my office that are pickleball fanatics.
I know.
This is taking over the country big time. In fact, over here at Sawyer Point Tennis, they've turned half of those tennis courts into pickleball courts. It's becoming more popular.
I know. I saw. Yeah, it's crazy. So that might be something that I would like to try.
We should try that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should try some pickleball. Yeah.
One place you'd love to travel that you haven't yet.
Mykonos. I want to go Greece. I want to go to Greece, Mykonos. I'm not a South American fan. Like I get sick in every South American country. So take me out. I want to hit Ireland and I want to hit Greece.
So I've been to Ireland. It's beautiful, 1000%. Anybody that hasn't been there should go. The people there are the most genuine, nicest people that you will ever meet. They're amazing. Yeah. So I've been to Italy, but I haven't been to where my great-grandparents are from.
Oh.
So I really want to go to the towns that my ancestors are from. So that would be like my number one place if I could only choose one place to go. Yeah. That's where I'd want to go. I also, where do I want to go? I mean, there's so many places.
Oh, there's a lot.
I want to go to Greece for sure.
Yep,
I
Greece.
want to go to Australia. I want to go to China. So I actually was a finance and international business major in college. And for international business, I had to take a language. And so I took Mandarin. And
I love this.
yeah, it was very difficult. Oh my gosh. I respect it so much. And I would love to go to China and one, see the Great Wall, see like all of that
Of
stuff. But
course.
then also go to the little smaller towns and like really get immersed in the culture.
Yeah,
That's something that would be really cool.
that
So
would be really cool.
yeah.
All right. What's our next question?
Bye.
On our podcast with me, this is Rachael, one of my best friends in the world. She's like a little sister to me.
Yay.
Man, I have so many from all walks of life. Like, I feel like there's just those people that you pick up along the way. You know what I mean? That you meet from one random source or another, and you're like, you know what? Why do I feel like I've known you forever? And then those are the people that you click with, and you just carry this friendship and that bond forever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't want to say their names because some of them are
No, you're good.
some of them are like social media shy, but I would say I have at least 5 of my closest girlfriends, and you're one of the 5, but
Yeah.
I have 5 that I literally pull in as like closest secrets. I call them my family. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I feel like you have friends through different stages of life. So I have like a close girlfriend from my hometown. I have a couple from college, and a lot of my friends are kind of like some are here, some are in other states. But
Yeah, of course.
so yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. I have from college, from work, from cheer too. So it's I wish they were all friends because it'd make it so much easier to hang out. I spread myself thin a little bit.
If you could, like, I think about this every year when it's my birthday. I'm like, man, I have to have like how many birthday events to like include all of the people closest to me because they're not all friends.
I know.
And I've actually had 2 local birthday parties in the last 2 years where my friends were like, that was the weirdest mix of people I've ever seen in my life. Because I tried to pull my circle together and I'm like, they all came from different parts of my life. No, they're not the same and they don't have a lot in common, but they have me in common. So there it is.
Yeah. And I feel like we're the same, like my friends, I don't necessarily talk to them. Some of them I'll talk to more here and there. And sometimes, their life gets busy. Mine does as well. And then
Of course.
you talk to each other and it's like you didn't skip a beat. And if you ever needed anything, boom, they were there for you.
Amen.
So, yeah.
Good sister friends.
Absolutely.
And man friends. We have good man friends. Yep.
Yes. So, all right. If you thought someone could truly make you happy, would you take a chance on them?
Yeah, I feel like I read that question and my first reaction was this. I don't think anybody should be like working to make you happy. I feel like when I read that question, I thought to myself, you should already be happy and whole as a person, right? Yeah. And I feel like if someone enters your life, it's like an accessory or somebody that enhances, if you will, it enhances the experience of what you're already having. You should already be happy and like living a great life and doing the best that you can every day, right? As a human being. But I feel like it's no one's job to actually make you happy. You either are or you aren't, and they can enhance that or not, right?
Yeah, I agree. I think the question should be truly make you happier than 100%. Absolutely.
Happier is a good word. Yep. Love it. Love it. Let's go.
What's your favorite food?
Pasta.
I'm a foodie. You are a foodie. I love all food. Like, is there a food that you don't like?
Sauerkraut.
Okay.
Count me out on the sauerkraut.
What was it? Some Polish holiday, I think, on my mom's side. We have to eat that. And
You're like,
pierogies or pierogies, however you say it in your way. We have that for holidays, and there were sauerkraut ones, cheese ones, and potato ones, and I never ate the sauerkraut ones. Oh my God, no.
I remember any German friend I had growing up walking into their house certain times of year and smelling sauerkraut. I was like, I gotta go.
Oh.
I'm going home. I don't want to smell the sauerkraut.
It does smell kind of bad. I'm the type of person too. I don't know about you. Like, I will try food, any type of food one time. I will.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't. If it's slime, I don't know. Whatever. Like, there was. I think there was like octopus or something, and I don't want to eat that. But I was like, all right, you got to try it. Done. That's like the one thing that I tell myself I have to do.
If the smell isn't off-putting, right?
Just plug your nose, girl, and do it.
I can probably try it. Like, I've tried alligator. I've tried a lot of
me
things.
too. Mm-hmm.
But if the smell is off-putting, like sauerkraut, I can't. I will gag. I will gag even trying to get it in. I'm not doing it.
That's what you said.
Count me out.
Yeah, I will try it. I'll just, take it. Shout me out. We're shouting you out right now, whoever you are.
Whoever you are, we're shouting you out. We love you. Ciao, ciao.
Ooh, what teams do you think will end up going to the Super Bowl this year?
Oh, I don't want to answer that because
you already know my answer. I said it earlier.
I know your answer. I can't answer that. I don't want to feel like I'm against or putting anything into the universe.
That's fine.
I don't want to put anything in the universe against my guys.
I would love for the Bengals to go.
Of course.
Who I think is going to go, I think it's going to be the Bills, and for right now, the Eagles. Like, literally what the matchup is. That's okay. The Bills are freaking on fire, man. It's so fun to watch them. So as long as they can stay healthy, but
keep that answer. That's what we're going to go with. I'm not going to answer that one.
You're good. What's your sign?
Leo. I'm a Leo.
Okay, so I don't I guess, read up on all of that stuff. Like, sometimes I'll read just for fun. Do you read up on your horoscope and all that stuff?
Never. Yeah. Never.
I do here and there. I'm a Taurus, so May baby. And I feel like some of it's true. Like, I think Tauruses are sometimes stubborn. Yeah, sometimes I'm stubborn, like to be right. But very loyal, which I would say is me. And
that definitely fits you.
Even work, relationships, friendships, all that stuff, family. But yeah, so I don't know. I need to do more research on that kind of stuff.
What that means. That's not me at all. Yeah.
Okay. Personality or looks?
Ooh, man. Can't we just have a good combo of both? Like,
Can we have a 50-50 of both? That would be great.
Man, I was having a conversation with a very close friend of mine and client, and we were talking about that. And she was like, listen, you can't just be drawn to looks. Like, you're going to miss out on a guy who could treat you like a queen. I'm like, listen, if you saw our DMs, there's like 100 guys promising to treat me like a queen. And you know what? They very well might be able to do that. But if you're not attracted to them, if you're not even slightly physically attracted to them, what does it matter? You have to have some kind of attraction, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I feel like it is in the beginning. You have to have that physical attraction. That's what draws you in. But I think as life goes on, I've realized, obviously, and I think for me, the attraction is also because I know, like, I'm very healthy. I like to work out. I like to stay fit. And so, like, I need somebody that matches that same lifestyle. Otherwise, we're not going to work.
No. Same.
So I think that's also part of the looks is just kind of understanding, okay,
Where you're at.
they take care of themselves.
Healthy. You're healthy. Yeah.
But I think personality is huge. I think I've realized that a lot with just looking back at relationships too. Just you have to have somebody that matches what you're looking for from a personality perspective, that wants to grow, that wants to do all that stuff. So I think personality is a huge thing. Make you laugh, have a good time, all that fun stuff is huge. So
facts. Yep.
And that's what keeps it going. So Ooh. All right. Thoughts on responses to sexual harassment, aka Deshaun Watson. Do athletes agree with the NFL's handling of it?
Yeah. So I will tell you, in case anybody doesn't know, I am a sports LMT. So I am the person that works directly with these athletes in a similar capacity to all of those complaints against Deshaun Watson. So let me just tell you, as someone who's been in pro sports for almost 8 years, I can tell you this, I'm going to knock on wood, this has never happened to me. I worked in soccer. I worked with so many international players. I worked with American players. I have worked with so many NFL teams on contract, and I work with a good bit of the Cincinnati Bengals. This has never happened to me. It is not the norm. Most athletes, in fact, 99.9% of athletes do not treat a therapist in that capacity or that way. I believe, and I said this earlier today, I feel like it hurt players more than it hurt anybody in my field. And when I say that, what I mean is this. I have one of my guys in the office, right? And he is actually FaceTiming one of his friends who plays for the Philadelphia Eagles. And they're just kind of going back like, great week. Yeah. How do you feel? Yada, yada, yada. They're going back and forth. Again, on FaceTime, so they can see each other. And the one guy from the Eagles asked my guy from the Bengals, what are you doing right now? He's like, yeah, I'm getting a massage. He's like, okay, Deshaun. That's the connotation. If you're getting a massage, now you're Deshaun Watson. And it's a joke and it's meant to be funny, but that's who that guy is now. And the shitty thing about this whole thing is that no matter if this guy ever goes out to do anything great in his life, past all of these allegations, if he turns out to be the best quarterback that ever played the sport, it will never matter. Yeah. He is forever shadowed by that guy who tormented how many massage therapists, right? If you go to his Instagram, that's all you're going to see. He's going to drop a photo of something, whatever cool that happened in his life. And everybody's like, are you just getting a massage? Like that's him now. Your legacy is destroyed. And unfortunately, because of him, now any NFL player that's getting the same treatment is now like, oh, what are you doing? What's going on? And it sucks. Because it's a huge part of the recovery system for any athlete who has to play aggressively for 18 straight weeks plus preseason. So it sucks. And that's my take on it. And individually, the guys have their own feelings and thoughts on it. But the reality is they know it's wrong. They know it's wrong. Any football player who had over 60 different massage therapists in a matter of 6 months has a problem. If you ask any one of my athletes, especially the ones that I've been with for 5+ years, they will tell you they have me here in Cincinnati. And they have one back in their hometown, whether that's Dallas, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, wherever. They have 2 in their life, and those 2 are a constant. So the fact that any athlete had over 60 in that amount of time, I think that tells you there's a problem.
So question for you with regards to some of the guys and their commentary. So I've heard as well, obviously it's an awful thing. Like what the heck, but we also don't know the full story. So was there something with the Texans that leaked that, he was wanting a trade or, complications with that. And, that's how this all went down. And so, I don't know the full story and how everything got exposed and all of that. And if, that was part of it or not. But it is interesting. And I don't think we'll ever know the full story.
Oh, no, because he admits to zero wrongdoing. This is literally one of the highest paid NFL athletes with a guaranteed salary. So I think what you have is 29 statements from women, and they're all pretty much similar. He asked for this, he did this, yada, yada, yada. And the crazy thing is that 23 of those statements came out before any of those women knew about the other person's statement. So the fact that these statements were the same before these women ever knew what the other women were saying, again, any man that's had 60-something massage therapists in a matter of 6 months, there's a problem there. So anyways, we're going to hope that the NFL handles it correctly. And in terms of how my guys feel about how the NFL is handling it, I think in respect to their privacy, because most people know who I work with, I'm not going to comment on that. But I will say it's unfortunate and it sucks because, again, it's not really hurting people in my profession. It's hurting the guys and how they're perceived when they actually use somebody for sports massage recovery. And that part sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, moving on to something cheerier.
Well, I think we've got a couple left, but I think we'll save those for another time.
Yeah, of course.
If we did not answer your questions, we will do this again, and we want more questions. So if you guys thought of other stuff, or if you want to have other guests on our show, on a future episode, let us know. We definitely want to know what you guys want to hear from us, whether it is sports talk, personal talk, all the good stuff. So
all the good stuff. All right. So listen, you guys, thank you so much for being here for another week with Sports and Ish. By the way, we have noticed that our YouTube viewings are growing. You guys are amazing. Just if you could rate and review us, and I don't care if you're on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, just review us, like us, tell us something. We need this. Anyways, we will be back. We are a Radio Influence production. We will see you guys next week. Thank you so much.